What's up, y'all? What's up? Welcome to the Pugilistic Linguistic Show. I am your host, Michael Foster, the voice of reason in an increasingly unreasonable world, and I am back. Before I get started, like I say always, like, share, subscribe, interact in the comments, hit the notification bell to be notified when new episodes drop. Let's get this community going. Get it out on the algorithm in YouTube because from what I understand, YouTube is not a big fan of small creators. So we got to make sure we get it out there because YouTube is not going to do it on its own. So today I'm going to speak about, I don't even know how I want to classify this. So I'm just going to come out and say it. Lindsey Graham is dead. Yes, he is. And I am not broken up over it. I'm not sad about it. As a matter of fact, I'm happy. Now, let me say this up front. I'm not normally pleased, or not. I don't normally cheer for the death of anyone. Death is final. Death is what it is. But I'll make an exception in a few cases. Lindsey Graham is dead. And I don't know what kind of person it makes me that I don't care. Couldn't happen to a nicer fellow. See, the thing is, far too often, we as a society, we as people, tend to rehabilitate people after their death. You know, there's an old saying, don't speak ill of the dead. I don't believe that. I believe in telling truth about people. That's why when I go, the first person that stands up and says, "Oh, he was such a nice fellow. He was so good, so kind," I'm gonna get up and slap shit out you because you're lying on me. Get up and tell the truth about me. He was an asshole, but we loved him. That's real. And because Lindsey Graham has passed, I'm not going to sit here and rehabilitate his reputation. He was a vile, foul individual who greenlit the fascization, I can't say that word, of America. He greenlit it, he allowed it, he almost welcomed it. 2015, he was all against Trump's first run for the White House. And then when he realized Trump was actually going to win or actually be a player, he kowtowed, put his tail between his legs, and began to kiss that man's ass. And allowed him to do whatever he wanted, gave him carte blanche. That's a problem. And that reason, more than any other ones, I won't rehabilitate his image. He was a vile, foul individual. He would go on these news stories, these news shows, and basically do the lifting for Donald Trump. And would bend over backwards to excuse the inexcusable. He's gone, and good riddance. And somebody said that, you shouldn't say things like that about the recently departed, and on some level, maybe I agree. I shouldn't say I agree. On maybe some level, they're correct. I don't agree. I agree you should tell the truth about people in life and in death, especially in death. You want respect in your death, then be respectful in your life. That's simple. That's why this whole Charlie Kirk thing too. I'm not gonna to rehab him and say good things about him because he got murdered. I submit to you that he was that way. He was killed because of the way he lived his life, almost because of his public persona. I would say it's the natural progression. It is the inevitable end. If you want respect in your death, then be respectful in life. Lindsey Graham doesn't deserve my respect. I certainly hope that he resides in eternity in hell's armpit. And if do me a favor, take some of your cronies with you. As a matter of fact, I wish I could watch. Has anybody in the movie Drag Me to Hell? At the end of the movie, when Christine fell on the train tracks after her boyfriend gave her back that haunted button that gypsy put on her, and she in the hole in the ground opened up, and she was dragged to hell. I certainly hope that is what happened to Lindsey Graham. As a matter of fact, his crony Mitch McConnell. First of all, that man been dead for weeks. I don't care what anybody says. He's been dead for weeks. Oh, Republicans come out. Oh, well, he talked to us on the phone for 20 minutes and he told us this bullshit. Unfortunately, I don't believe known liars. All right, if Mitch is alive, if he can talk to you on the phone for 20 minutes, then he can get on camera for 15 seconds to show proof of life. You notice he hasn't done that. That man lives in front of the camera. But for proof of life, he can't seem to take 15 seconds to come out and say, yeah, I'm alive and I'm recovering. Notice he ain't done that yet. You know why? Because he's dead. And the Republicans are hiding him to pass the deadline to be able to set up a special election to replace him. Point blank. And this is why I have no compunction about cheering for their inevitable demise. People talk about, oh, that's not God-like. I don't care. So be it. You want respect in death, then be respectful in life. You know who gets more, who gets respect in his death? This is going to be out of the left field, but Mr. Rogers. Have you noticed since Mr. Rogers have died, there's been nothing that has come out about him that shatters his image? You know why? Because I'm starting to believe he was an actually genuinely nice dude. When you're a nice person and you're a person who cares, I mean, you're human, so you're not always 100% all the time. But if you generally care and you're generally a nice person, they don't have to make up shit about you in your death. You notice nobody says anything foul about Mr. Rogers. Nobody ever says, well, we need to take what he says in context to see what he actually. Nobody says that. He's respected in death because he was respectful in life. If I got to take everything you say and put it in some sort of context, then that just lets me know what you're saying is fucked up. So no, I have no problem with cheering the demise of all these fools. Lindsey Graham, may he rest in hell. Mitch McConnell, may he rest in hell. And anybody they can take with them, I am so good with it. Now, I know everybody on my side of the fence doesn't get down like that. You know, think about Democrats. They swear up and down that they're better than that. You have to be better than. No, fuck that. I ain't better than that. I think you reap what you sow. You get what you deserve. And if you live a scornful life, you deserve scorn in your death. I don't think I'm discovering anything brand new here. So I just wanted to jump on real quick and give you my thoughts about the situation. I have no problem saying as much, and I said what I said. You can feel how you want to feel. Argue with your mama. He got what he deserved, and I hope it was as painful as it could have been. Because of the pain that he put other people through. Now that might lose me some listeners. Whatever, man. It may even lose me some acquaintances. Whatever, man. But I said what I said. And I mean what I mean. So I just wanted to come out here real quick and give you my 2 cents. That's about all it's worth these days anyway. And you know, let's hope this thing's come in 3s or 30s. Let's hope these deaths come in 30s. Maybe then we can clean this country up. But until we meet again, like I say all the time, take care of yourselves and each other, because we all we got. Peace.